So if you want to regress atherosclerosis like a trooper, the way I am, then you need to be on a proper human diet, okay? So today we're going to talk about food. Stay tuned. For those new to my channel, welcome darlings. In the description box, PDF files for you to click and view all of my artery scans showing that I am regressing the atherosclerosis, the thickening of the inner wall of my artery lining in my neck as evidenced on CIMT scans. Go download and look at the scans and look at my mean IMT. You won't find this transparency anywhere else. So, we need to stop you having a stroke, and we need to stop you having a heart attack. So today, we've got two options. We could talk about drugs. This one, pentoxifylline. I did mention this in the last video, so if you haven't watched it, the one with the British babe, go back and watch it, pentoxifylline. We could talk about this drug, bempedoic acid. Or we could talk about this big mama bag, 50-pound bag of whole oat groats. Now, if Gil Cavallo's watching this from Nutrition Made Simple, first of all, audience, you need to go subscribe to his channel. Excellent information. There's two channels that you need to follow for nutritional input. Nutrition Made Simple with Gil Cavallo, The Proof with Simon Hill. All right? I eat a plant-centric diet, but it kind of bores me in the sense that I don't think it's that interesting because a lot of people are all very excited about diet wars and all that crap. I eat a plant-centric diet because it's the healthiest diet to eat if you want to regress, atherosclerosis. Not vegan. No. I don't know what Microphone the Vegan's doing. You ever seen his channel, by the way? Microphone the Vegan. Oh, God, I can't watch that. Every video is like, our diet's better than your diet. Nah. Oh, Lord. Between him and Ken Berry, no thank you very much. Anyway, so listen, proper human diet. What does that mean? Whole oat groats. Gil, if you're watching this, mate, I don't know about these steel-cut oats that you're eating. So I've heard Gil talk about steel-cut oats. You know what they are? Whole oat groats, sliced in half. Processed food. Ooh! No. We need to be eating whole oat groats. Now, where do I get these from? No affiliation. Company called Food to Live, foodtolive.com. This is actually 12.5 pounds. I guess I eat a lot of it, right? Now, all you do is you put a bunch in the pressure cooker with, I use filtered water, some salt, and pressure cook him for 45 minutes, getting rid of all the gunge, the phytates, and everyone carries on about phytates, anti-nutrients. Oh, shut up. Really, just shut up about that. That's ridiculous. So, nonetheless, I put them in there 45 minutes, some salt, with nice filtered water. They all swell up and they become lovely, chewy oat groats. So when they come out the pressure cooker, you got to wash all the gunge off. So shall I show you how I do that, and then I'll come back. So here we have the oat groats, the whole oat groats that have come out of the pressure cooker. 45 minutes, very sludgy, kind of a mixture and texture, okay? Remember, I put some salt in it for 45 minutes to help get rid of the phytates, and pressure cooking for 45 minutes is a long time, okay? So now, we just dump it in the colander to rinse it. Can you see how sludgy and sticky that is? Right, so I just get rid of all the sludge and the, it's almost like a gooey kind of a, look at that. It's too gooey, too sticky. So we're gonna get rid of all the gunk, as I call it, by putting it in the strainer, right? See how sticky together it is? Which I don't like, because if the phytates and the grains did, leach into the water, then you want to rinse them, the oat groats, before you store them. So there you have it, right? So all I do is do this, right? And then just try to get all of the sort of almost like a light tan colored brown sludgy water out of the oats, oat groats, I should say, right? So again, this is now the best kind of oat groats, of oats, I should say, because it's whole, right? People talk about steel-cut oats. Well, steel-cut oats are still processed compared to this. These are the unadulterated, whole groat. Steel-cut oats are basically like the whole oat groat that have been sliced in half, if you will. Better than the instant rolled oats, but still not as good as this, right? So you can see now I've gotten all the sludge, as I like to call it, pretty much out of here. I can see how it's straining, the water is straining kind of a lot clearer. Let me just get rid of some of this. So, pretty much there at this point. Again, I like to do this just to keep, you know, the grains, the oats, kind of clean, and it rinses off any of the salt that I put in there when I pressure cook them. Like I said, the salt is just in there just to kind of help draw out the phytates. So there you have it. It's pretty, at this point, pretty clean. So I'm going to switch that off. And then what I usually do is, you know, I'll sort of shake it to get rid of any excess water as best I can. But before I store it, I'll usually just let it sit out for a while just to get any last drips of water out. Not that it really dries per se, but like I might just leave it in here for a bit, right? Say if I left it there for a few hours, let's say, and then all I do before I go to bed is take these, they're kind of like ice cream containers, I guess, pints, if you will, and I'll just take the oat groats, like I said, not right now, but in a couple of hours maybe, and store them in here. A couple of them is usually how much I'll store at one time. Put them in the fridge, and that way they are ready for my delicious breakfast every morning. So I'm back, all right? So what I'm gonna have in my fridge is usually 2 of these canisters. I think that, no, actually it's more than a pint. I forget how big these are. I got them on Amazon, right? I think they're called ice cream containers. Anyway, usually 2 of these are in my fridge because I like to eat my whole oat groats cold as part of breakfast. I mean, you could make them savory if you want, right? And here's the thing, right? You wanna see them now that they're all, you know, come out of the pressure cooker? Can you see that? Look how thick they are. Like chunky, soft, chewy. Look in the camera. Look at that. Ken Berry needs to be eating these. Proper human diet. Whole oat groats, chewy, satisfying, full of fiber, helps bind to stuff, keeps you regular. Absolutely delicious. Now if you want, I can show you what goes in the breakfast bowl with the whole oat groats another time, but I just wanted to make sure you're all eating whole oat groats, okay? So go watch Gil's channel. When he talks about steel-cut oats, just say, Gil, stop eating the whole oat groats that have been sliced in half. Go get a bag of whole oat groats, because it's the most unprocessed way to eat your oats. Now Ford Brewer's banging on about oats. Oh, look, you don't get the rolled flakes on the supermarket shelf. No. You need the pure, unadulterated, non-sliced, non-rolled groats. They're so chewy, they're satisfying, they're delicious, and they form part of a proper human diet. You're going to help lower your ApoB and your LDL, right, by eating this kind of a food. And if you want to argue with me, it's very simple. Go get a carotid intermedia scan done at CARDIORISK.com, the same way I have. Look at your mean intermedia thickness, the thickness of the inner lining of your arteries, and when you realize you're in danger of having a stroke, you can shut up arguing with me and simply agree with me and figure out what you need to do to regress your atherosclerosis the way I'm regressing mine. So if you like these kind of food videos, I'd rather be talking about the drugs, because I do like my drugs, right? Bempedoic acid kicks the ass. Well, it's pentoxifylline. Actually, there is a side benefit to pentoxifylline. I don't know if I can make a video about it though, because it's kind of a bit like R-rated. Anyway, go back and watch the other video on that. This one, bempedoic acid, kicks the arse of statins. No, I don't take a statin. That's second class, right? I'm not anti-statin, it's just that this is way better. But you start with the oat groats, the diet, right? You eat healthy, you add on the really smart, intelligent meds, you get your ApoB smacked down, and you send Ken a message. Ken Berry, eat the proper human diet, Ken. Whole oat groats, because his mean intermediate thickness is way too high. He's not done the scan, he doesn't want to know, he doesn't want you to know. If you like my transparency, you like my content, you like the tips, click, like, share, subscribe. Those of you who want to argue with me about my diet, shut up, go get the scan done. Those of you that want to agree with me, go get the scan done. See, I didn't tell you to shut up, but you still haven't done the scan. CARDIORISK.com, go get your next scan, find out about your atherosclerosis, $250, no doctor's prescription needed. Compare it to mine, watch the tutorials, and I will catch you next time.